trap? Well, this movie is a trap. This movie is a bait and switch.
That's bait.
This movie's supposed to be good. It's purported to be good. I just want to exemplify right off the bat, Trap is an example of nepotism. The origins of why this movie exists are essentially because of nepotism. M. Night Shyamalan has admitted it himself.
And I said to Slika,
His daughter.
why don't we make a movie where you write an album that's a diegetic music? The characters are watching these songs and we do an entire album that way, so it's a musical experience. I felt like Slika's one of the few people that could accomplish what I'm asking.
You're lying. You're lying.
There are suspiciously scenes in the film that I noticed while watching it that went on longer than they should have. When she's singing and performing and all that. This isn't relevant. This is slowing down the pace of the movie. And now I know why. Because it's his daughter. This movie is an example of how bad things can get when nepotism is at play. The movie exists because of nepotism. And I resent it for that. Because that should never be the driving force of why something should exist. This movie started off with a good premise and started off well enough and just devolved into mediocrity and just nothing special. Yeah, the plot line. Okay, so
Are you alright?
there is no twist for the movie. You shouldn't expect that there be a twist with an M. Night Shyamalan film. Just because he's done those before doesn't mean that he has to. But he tried to. The way the movie plays out is boring. And by way of, it climaxes with a monologue with Josh Hartnett talking in the kitchen to his wife about what really went on and the pseudo twist about how she was the one that sold him out to the police and was their marriage real and what he did this and blah, 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 blah. It's just talking, telling and not showing. M. Night Shyamalan's career is the Benjamin Button of filmmaking careers. Sixth Sense, Signs, Unbreakable, that kind of triumvirate of movies are really his peak. And then beyond that, it just descended. You could have taken this plot line in an entirely different way. So my thought of how this movie was going to play out was that the entire family that Josh Hartnett has, were gonna end up being all in on it in terms of the kidnapping, the serial killers. They were all fucking crazy. When the singer goes to the house and she is assuming that the family doesn't know that he's the killer, you would play into that. And that's what I thought was going on, is that the rest of the family was pretending that they were not in on it. That they didn't know that their dad was a serial killer, that their father, the patriarch, was a serial killer. Or this other alternate version of the movie, of a reveal, was that the mother was actually the real killer and Josh Hartnett was just trying to protect her the whole time. He was just covering up for her. All of the kidnappings and the killings was actually done by the wife. I think that version is way more fucking interesting than how it actually played out. The whole family being in on it is more heightened and, a little bit goofy, maybe even. Kids are being, serial killers. It's like a dark comedy type of thing. But hey, M. Night Shyamalan has done stuff like that before.
Plan on murdering me in my sleep?
What? No.
The thing that would have been interesting about it is the twist of the reveal that the wife was actually the serial killer and Josh Hartnett was just trying to be a good husband. And M. Night Shyamalan did something completely with nothing. I mean, I barely remember how it ended. That's pretty much the only reason I wanted to make this video, is to point out how he could have done things differently with the third act and the reveals and how it could have gone. But the thing that irks me the most is that the movie exists because of nepotism, because he wanted to create a showcase for his daughter. That is not a reason to make a film, because you want to showcase your daughter's singing talents and try to make her into a Taylor Swift-esque figure. That's insulting. It's a waste of people's time. And I don't see this film. Don't rent it. Don't see it. Stay away from it. That's my recommendation. That's it.